Oracle. So glad you guys are all here. I miss you guys. It's been a minute since I have been on here. I know that. I was finishing up some personal reads and get that out to the collective of people that have been waiting. Thank you guys for your patience. Those are being uploaded right now as we speak. I just want to hop on here and tap into some collective energy. I can feel some people have been waiting for some messages to come out. So that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to tap into the divine energy of the collective and see if we can't seed some higher consciousness here. My name is Casey. For those of you that don't know me, I am a Pleiadian starseed. I am a oracle reader. I am a channeler. I am a psychic medium. I do personal reads if you're interested in one of those. They are, my email address is angeldynasty33@gmail.com. You can email me and we can set that up. They're about an hour long. It's a personal video that you will get your own link to, and we can get a little bit more in depth for your own specific situation. Hi April, how are you? Good evening to you. Thank you for coming in. Alright, so I'm going to clear this energy. I'm going to call in Archangel Michael. Holy Spirit, holy angels of the highest bright light, I call on you for clarity and guidance. I ask that you would allow me to be a vessel and get me out of the way so that I can ground these energies and become a messenger for the divine. I ask that only the highest good for the collective would come through and it all be truth and what is needed most for those that will watch this in your perfect divine timing. Archangel Michael, I call on you to guard the gates as I channel these messages. I ask that I demand, declare, and decree that no weapons formed against myself or my listeners will form. I also ask that you would guard any portal or stargate that I may open to channel these messages. That's interesting. I never say stargate, so that just came through. For the highest good of all. Derekete oshekede apatate kede tutre papa kete oshokobayete. Azra kedroto de shokotre apaye kede tutre apakate shekere apatea. Dekede toto de shokotre apaye ke. So mote it be. Alright. Here we go. What do we have for the collective today? Hi Taylor, what's up, beautiful? Hi Hot Rod. April, thank you guys for being in here. Essie! I just got done with your personal reading, so that is uploading right now. I wanted to let you know it was an absolutely fabulous read. I know you will enjoy it. I get all itchy. I got pretty itchy when I was doing your read and lots of sneezing. Alright, where do we want to start, Holy Spirit? Guide me. Alright. The Psychic Pathways deck it is. Today I got out in the garden. I planted some strawberries, some jalapenos. I planted some bell peppers and some sweet cherry tomatoes a couple days prior to that. I got this frickin', my mother-in-law gave it to me. It's this IKEA type frickin' flower bed that I had to put together with a bunch of wing nuts and screws. So that was fun with a 7-month-old and a 2-year-old. I ended up missing like 4 screws by the time she got done screwing around in there. But hey, I've always been a few screws loose anyway, so... Well, I guess loose, never missing. But I got that set up. I'll put some pictures in the community post. I planted some lavender today. My sunflowers are starting to come up. So this is my first year ever having a garden. So that's kind of my way of grounding energies and kind of just getting seated here. It's something different. And also my diet has changed quite a bit. I like eating lots of fruits and vegetables. So what better than to grow my own stuff? My little girls were out there helping too. I had them in the little wagon and they had a good time. There was a lot of crying, but we got through it for the highest good of all. Number 33. That is my favorite number. Well, welcome to June, huh, guys? We are in the new moon energy. Surprised Wade hasn't popped on here yet and started talking about the new moon energy. That guy. All right. I did Reiki with my Reiki master yesterday. It was absolutely wonderful. And then I did an Ogum reading with her. And what it is it's a Celtic way of, it's got a bunch of symbols on there. And I'll upload them on the community post too. But basically it's sticks that you move around, and each stick has a piece carved out of it, like shaved off, and then there's a symbol etched on the inside. And as soon as I threw the sticks and kind of moved around with my eyes closed, and I opened and I seen the first stick that I pulled for my past, present, and future, I freaked out because I seen literally the stars transform into that exact symbolism of the Y with the long stick, and then it's got 2 lines across. And not only that, but I actually about a year ago started drawing those same symbols, and I didn't know what they were. These ones on my arms are a little bit different. My very first drawings were in that same text, and what they were used for, the ohms, I think it's OGHM, I'll have to look. They were used for communication in the Celtic times, and not only that, they are also used as a divination tool. So synchronistic, you know, I don't believe in any coincidences, and I was so drawn to them. So really, really cool. So I got to do some Reiki. I had a really bad headache, so come to find out, I had a small tear in my aura field, kind of up by my crown chakra, and nothing devious or anything trying to, you know, infiltrate or anything like that. And then I was able to let go of some stuff that I've healed over the last 2 months. Normally I try to go once a month, but this time it's been 2 months. And you know, my Reiki master, she's like, you just look different, you seem different. She goes, I can tell you've healed a lot. I've really been doing a lot of work with my spiritual teachers, and not to mention my guides and my higher self. So I've really gotten to grow in that aspect, and I feel like I'm talking about that because perhaps some of you guys are feeling the exact same way. You're reaching out into new divination aspects yourself. Hi Portuguese, what's up? Morgan, hi Morgan. I miss gardening. How fun is that? Must have been for the girls. For the most part. Oh yeah, my daughter was, she left the hose running and started jumping in all the puddles, and at first I was like, oh, don't do that, and then I was like, you know what, just get in there and get dirty, it doesn't matter. Happy birthday, Portuguese. 38 years young. I'll be 36 this year. On July 3rd. Well, happy birthday to you, my little Gemini friend. Alright. Here we go. So we got card number 33. Explore divination tools. Divination tools such as oracle cards can complement your sixth sense. Yet, they aren't necessary to access the 4 main psychic pathways. Hearing, seeing, and knowing, and feeling guidance that exist within you. Play with divination tools to enhance or explore your intuition while remembering that you are a divination tool. Oh God, I can hear the flashback. Turn back to the Lord and repent, for your eternal soul will burn in the everlasting flames of hell. I'm serious. I've gotten some pretty crazy freaking comments lately, and all you can do is just work that light, huh? Like a stripper on the pole. That's probably not the best way to put that, but you know what? That's basically what it is, though. What up, Wade? I was just talking about you. All good things. All good things. All right. Number 41, cocoon to protect your sensitive system. Snuggle into a cozy, calm vibe. Court gentle or soft energy. People, books, movies, music, places, conversations, and experiences now. Create a buffer between yourself and stress or drama, even in your own thoughts. Cocoon to protect your sensitivity, nervous, and psychic systems, and your intuition will sprout wings and soar. Caca! Number 25, balance intuition and practicality. Intuition and practicality are partners. Your practical side, as well as your past experiences, deserve your attention and your respect. By balancing your sixth sense guidance with practical now, you create a grounded and ideal path forward. How can your intuitive insights be implemented into practical ways? Yeah, well, I'm still working on that one myself, I guess. If I'm in the spirit, I'm like all spirit, but there's a need for practicality, so we're bringing that up for some reason. Well, I grabbed it, so I guess that's what we're going with. I've noticed I'll be like, where are we going when my hand's already on a deck? So there's your sign. Woo! All right, for the highest good of the collective, please, Holy Spirit, holy angels. Let's not get 50 cards. Let's not get 50 cards. We've got a little floppy. Just wanting to dance right out. Number 1, a time to remember. Look back on your childhood. Number 14, flowing with the rhythm. Get lost in the rhythm of the movement today. Maybe some of you guys have been dancing and moving about. Excuse me. I like that new song by Hoser. It's probably not new because I see it on TikTok Shorts, but it's called So Sweet. That thing's been stuck in my head forever. Started making breakfast this morning and I was just in there dancing with the girls. My daughter thought it was so funny. I would turn around in the hallway and turn back and she was just giggling. It's nice when you have kids too because they help you wake up that childlike part of yourself too. Grandkids, you know, it's nice to remember that innocence, and we all have it. The world does a number on us if we allow it to. Thank God we're waking up, right? So that we're not stuck in that. Could you guys imagine going back to sleep or not being awake? I would never want to go back to sleep again, ever. All right, number 1, a time to remember. Looking back on your childhood. Maybe some of you have been doing that. We've been talking about healing the inner child. And maybe, sorry, my nails are dirty. I swear I washed my hands. I was just in the garden. A time to remember. Look back on your childhood. Not all the childhood's bad, right? I think it's funny that we cloud out memories that were actually really good, because it seems like for some reason that the hard times or the divorces our parents have or the terrible step-parents that, losing parents, all those things that we go through to, we're not knowing at the time, to teach us later when we're a kid, unless you have a very specific, very, amazing person that can help you heal through that and recognize what you're going through, it is hard to heal. Hi. Is my kitty cat in here? Here comes Cooper. You want to come say hi? But you can't shuffle the cards, okay? What do you got? Can you tell everybody hi? Hi. What have you been doing? Are you out there whooping the cat with this whip? What? Yeah, it is my water. Hey, Mommy's walking. Mommy's working the light. Give me a smooch and then go in with Daddy. Say bye. Can you say bye? Bye. Bye. You gotta go inside. Okay, love you. Bye. Hi. Hi. Bye. Go inside, please. Go see Dada. Go help take care of Sissy. Yeah, she's feeling much better. We got her on those antibiotics, and with a lot of talking to that virus, we've definitely kicked its ass. So it's crazy how certain things can manifest within our physical being, huh? Thank you guys. I appreciate that. She is a little cutie. Kids do. And isn't that interesting? A time to remember looking back on your childhood, and then here comes my daughter, right? Nothing is by chance. She's so interesting. If she's getting into trouble, she'll be like, hi. A big hi. Like, you can always tell if she's in trouble or not by the hi she does, or if she's gotten into something. My angel was on fire. Yeah, bye. Mommy's working, honey. Her dad's calling her, Cooper, come here. All right, a time to remember. A photograph can be a powerful tool when working with our inner selves, as it can bring to the present the memories and feelings associated with our childhood. This can be an especially beneficial practice, particularly when working through harmful patterns or beliefs that we might have regarded our childhood self. Awareness exercise. Gather multiple photographs of your younger self. Reflect on each one and choose the image that you feel most drawn to. Once you have your photograph, take time to gaze into the image, observing yourself in a natural and non-judgmental way. Try to think of yourself as you would think of any other child, as a precious treasure. Separate from any memories of who you were then and who you are now. Know that you have the viewpoint in your mind. Bring a feeling of love into your heart. Hold the photograph in front of you and let this love build up inside for your childhood self. Send the love you feel inside of your heart to the picture of your younger self. Tell yourself that you love yourself and that you are perfect just the way you are. Whatever it is that little you is yearning to hear, tell yourself in a voice of love. Responsive journaling prompts to this exercise. What thoughts and feelings does the image of your younger self bring up inside of you? Do you feel any blocks inside of your body or mind when you practice this exercise? If you have a strong negative feeling associated with childhood or your child's self, this can be a difficult practice. While this exercise can be incredibly healing, only go as far as you feel comfortable. That is amazing exercise, really. And now that I think about it, I don't think I have too many childhood pictures. I know we have a bunch on the big old camcorders, but I was a pretty cute little thing, you know. I was very creative, and I wanted to catch all of the bugs, and so very curious. And I could see where life kind of, you know, my choices led me to a path of, you know, definitely stifling that part of myself. But as I am awakening and learning to heal, as I'm remembering, I'm able to recognize those things. That's really interesting. Number 14, flow with the rhythm. Get lost in the rhythm and movement today. You're too sweet for me. That song's been in my head all day. Okay, number 14. When we were children, dance and movement were natural parts of our being. We know intuitively how to find joy in rhythm and how to express that joy with our bodies. Maybe along the way we were told that our expressions were not good enough to be considered dance. But the truth is that every dance in existence was first made up by intuitive movement. Like so much in this world, the art of dancing is a subject one, and you get to decide how to participate in it. If you have pulled this card, then it may be time to dance. Cha-cha-cha. Playful exercise. Put on some music and let your body move with abandonment. Oh no, I don't want to abandon me body. It's going to look all wobbly. This is a time for freedom and play, not a time to worry about technique or style. Thank God for that. Dance for the pleasure of moving and release any thoughts you might have of not being good enough to dance. In the world of movement, there is no such thing as good or bad. There is only what you make of your experience. If you find it difficult to dance without judgment of your movements, try dancing with your eyes closed. If you choose to do this practice, I would suggest dancing slower and in a room with plenty of space. That could be catastrophic, huh? I've got me eyes closed, just a wiggling me hips. Everybody look out below. Toodaloo. Responsive journaling prompts. What emotions come up for you while dancing? Do you feel uncertainty or shame around your body or how it moves? Do you feel joy or freedom? Do you feel awkward? Whatever feeling might arise, ask yourself why it is that you might be experiencing these emotions around dancing. Man, I could learn a lot from this deck, really. I mean, because how many of us subconsciously are like, we're all over here, you know, just like breaking it down, and it's funny. Alright, and then we pulled Be Still the other day, cultivating space and stillness and silence just to be. I don't feel really guided to read into that. Maybe some of you actually need to go out, and it's been a while since you've gone out, and that doesn't mean you know, maybe you guys have had abstinence from drinking, or really have just been busy and haven't had the ability to balance work and play. And these guys are dancing out in a full moon. So maybe that could be a thing. What is that show when it's Sandra Bullock? From the window to the wall to the sweat drops down my balls, with Betty White out there freaking dancing doing that. Oh god, that movie is so funny. I can't handle it. Trust I would be the one doing that. Just time to lighten up and have a little bit of fun, you know. We always worry about protecting ourselves or spirituality, anything's going to infiltrate us, but sometimes we can be our own worst critic outside of other people, you know. Oh, April, that is a good mantra. Well, maybe with your sweetness, it's time to universe to start aligning a lot of those equally sweet people to you. And sometimes when you're super sweet like that, we do become magnets for, I mean, it's like leaving a bright porch light on at night and every freaking bug in the county flies towards it, right? That's kind of what it's like. That's because when you hold a specific light and a frequency, not knowing, you know, people might sum it up to being sweet, but it also could just be an angel-like energy that you possess, and people find that as vulnerable and pure. And you know, a lot of people don't really have the best of intentions at this day and age because everybody's just trying to get ahead. All right. What are we healing at this time, Holy Spirit, for the highest good of all? I feel like with that, too, some people might be going back and actually... Sacral chakra. Sacral chakra. We're talking about abstinence, right? I don't know why that came out. That could definitely be for somebody. That's it's still important to use our chakras in any way. That's a very sacred creative energy. So energies that we're healing by healing this inner child. Maybe some of you haven't been able to dream and have been able to actually start having dreams back or remembering dreams. It's number 10, the Well of Dreams. Somebody's getting into a dream state or being able to remember dreams, or they might not always be the outer body experience or a deep remembering, but the ones that are coming through, it is supposed to be like that. Pay attention to the people that are in your dreams too, as far as masculine and feminine. I've got a fly buzzing me. Wonder what time it is. 8:02. That's also a 10. 10:10. Somebody could be seeing that. Yin and Yang divine union is what, when we heal our inner child, we're able to come back to the deepest, most inner parts of ourselves, because we're balancing out that duality of the trauma packed shadow side. Facing my shadow removes darkness in your world, right? Because we can talk to fear and we can tell fear, you know, thank you for protecting me in my unconscious state or in my lower, you know, when I say ego, it doesn't always have to mean bad. It's basically just unaware of our divinity and the higher conscious awareness that we actually possess in this realm. Basically, what we're here doing the work for is to get back to the basics of who we truly are. The whole name of the game is soul extension. We're here to ascend within the soul by executing specific. It's like gaining your badge in the Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts. We want to get that next badge so that we can become the next Scoutmaster, or however that looks. You know, same thing with the military with upgrading. So not a lot of the experiences that we're trying to heal. It's not because we don't want to have the darkness, or that the darkness is just going to go away. And when I say darkness, I mean shadow. I mean negative thoughts, talking bad about other people, seeing everything as everything's happening to me and I never can catch a break. It's really talking about we need to balance that aspect. Realize that those are still a part of us as we're living in duality, because we're down here on planet Earth and we've taken the big fucking plummet down. So I mean, we on a soul level we already know this shit, right? It's just awakening back to that. The emotions is what we have a hard time dealing with, because your emotions are fleeting. They come and they go. So but for some reason, when emotion is super heavy, it stores itself because it feels so traumatic that we don't want to experience that again. You know, have you guys ever lost somebody, or when you're younger and you have somebody break up with you and you're like, and you're crying so hard you can't breathe, your neck's all stiff, you literally feel like your heart broke. You know, nobody wants to experience that. So then that right there triggers something within the physical body that says, remember that trauma response for the next time anything may somewhat look like that scenario, or if it feels like it could be getting to that, that's why there's working from the heart space. There's such a need for love, so that we can get this angelic healing, because we are all angelic. We all have an angelic energy. Well, those, you know, we're all part of the consciousness of God, or the universal, the Force, right? I've been watching Star Wars. May the Force be with you. Yeah, we've been binge watching that, and that's been really nice. And I get a lot of messages through that too. There's a supernatural force around us that we can't see. We don't exactly know what it is, how to call it, because we don't have the remembrance. But when we come into union with balancing our light and our dark, our consciousness, our practicality, and our psychic pathways, right? Everything needs a good balance. So it can get really hard to find that balance, though. It truly, just because there's so much stuff that, especially if you're a really sensitive people, or a super empath, it gets hard to it's hard to recognize what's ours and what's not. And a lot of time we have this ability to pick up on other people's stuff, or energy when we feel bad for them, or we have guilt or shame. You know, that's not a part of who we divinely are. It's there for a lesson. And you know, as soon as you pop out of your little meat suit and you rise 50-30 feet above your body, you're going to feel zero attachment to this physical vessel. You're like, oh, you know, because you're in your wholeness. You know, you go back to exactly what you were. So while you're down here, it's about becoming consciously aware of truly, what do we want our future to look like? What level are you trying to get to? Do you know what levels are out there? What would it look like to have some peace in your life? You know, and it's not always all peaceful. I'm not saying that, but instead of, you know, you find out when you start letting go of some of the stuff that you've been carrying around in your backpack, it gets a lot lighter. Your back hurts less, and you're actually able to make room for other stuff. You ever been shopping and have, like, gone to the farmer's market and have your freaking tiny purse or your satchel, and you can only fit a few things in there, and you, like, this crystal shop's there and all this sage, and you want to buy some, you know, freeze-dried candy, and pretty soon your shit's overflowing, you got nowhere, but you only made like a quarter of the way into the farmer's market. It's like that. It's like you can't even pick up other stuff that you want, or, you know, want to replace it with, because our bag's full. So we got to unload that shit once in a while. I do like to change my voice, Hot Rod. I don't know. That's kind of how I lighten situations. I used to actually do that voice a lot when I was in active addiction, because I took fucking nothing serious. It was, I don't know. I like it. Probably, actually, when I channel for myself, I do have this British accent that comes through when I'm channeling for my star family. If I'm out under the stars by myself, that voice comes through a lot. So, don't be afraid, me child. Your family is here. Just remember and relax. We got 666 reflect. This could be a number that you guys are seeing. It is not the number of the devil for you skeptics out there ridiculing my channel in your Christian church-going judgments. So please, I'm not bashing Christians by any means, but for the love of God, could you take your foot off the gas pedal for a minute when you scroll onto my channel? I know you're watching and you guys watch and you're like, well, I watch your channel, so you're trying to mix paganism and Christianity. Well, that's funny that you should say that, because before there was a great divide between the two, don't you think they were kind of the same thing? Maybe I am here seated to bring back the wholeness of all aspects, you know? That doctrinized religion is what gets people so trapped. And I am so thank the Lord that I'm not in that, you know what I mean? This shit's so much bigger than we can imagine, like, what angels really are, that, you know, the wings and all the things, like, you'd shit yourself if you really recognize, you know, they go into a transformation of what we can perceive them as, you know, especially if we're having a physical experience and experiencing that in a different realm. You know, they're not going to come as they are. There's so much shit we don't know that everybody's got to, oh no, that's the devil. You're going to hell, call on the light. And I'm like, I'm working the light. I literally, Motel 8 cannot leave the lights on any brighter than they already are. I am that porch light with a million plugs trying to snuff it out constantly on here. And I like it because that light gets hot and then they get a little burn and then they remember maybe the true essence of what that light is, you know, when they don't have any more comebacks, but all they can do is quote the Bible. Well, that's great. There's lots of truths in the Bible. It's very esoteric. I think the Bible's a great book. There's lots of books with truths for certain people and truths that are not. But the question is, do you have the eyes to really seek what's within that Bible, or are you just paraphrasing it? Well, it says right here. Well, what does that mean to you? Because you're not living by it. You're out here on YouTube trolling everybody's channel talking about God, but you wonder why people don't want to go to church? That stuck up, snooty, judgy damn attitude. Now, if I fall in line with what you want, right, and what your perspective is, then I'm sister, oh brother, where art thou, right? We're cool. But the minute that I say something about a consciousness or something outside of your biblical doctrinized religion, which is, you know, you guys, that's kind of a cult too. Any group of people that come together to worship a certain thing, the Bible, you know, a certain, you know, Jesus Christ is an ascended master, which means he has come down here and lived in the physical realm. He's had all the emotions. He is ascended master. He's not the only ascended master. He is a mighty great one and a very loving, powerful one, but that is not the only way to divinity. It's not. Because Christ lives in you, in me. It's an aspect of all of our souls. We come from the sentient essence of the consciousness, okay? The highest form. It's putting some things into perspective for some. It's feel bad because I'm tired of coming to this planet, to be quite honest. Like, I would like to get my badge so that I can stop selling Girl Scout cookies here on this channel and in this world, and actually be able to go to some other kick-ass planets, like where I have a spaceship, or I can actually have like my super cool blue skin and my big awkward cat-looking eyes, and not have a grip of hair or have to worry about a hair tie, you know, where I could breathe underwater, all of those things, you know, where I just remember who the fuck I am, and I get to be in the truest essence of myself, and I get to actually be completely consciously aware and go help other planets ascend, or, you know what I mean, to seed more light or crystals or whatever it is there. That, for me, that's my gig. That's what I would like to do. So for me, getting into learning about all of this is just the tip of the iceberg. You know, when you pray, you're asking, right? You're asking for something. You're asking for communication. You're speaking up. You're praying. You're speaking. When you meditate, you receive. Okay? There's a balance in that. There's a need for all of those things. We're all here to do that, Hot Rod. You know, guys, I actually went out and looked at the stars. I think it was not last night, the night before, and well, I look at the stars every night, and they were so close to my house, I couldn't even tell you. I literally watched the stars all align in sacred geometry patches. They were so dim, and I started bawling, and I was just like, God, I miss you guys. I want to come home, but I know that I want to be here too, because I'm doing this for my soul tribe, for my soul, so that as a collective within my soul tribe and within that essence of what we are, that, you know, the group I incarnate with constantly, and those that are still over there being my guides, I'm ready, you know, to bring home the bacon. You know, I'm ready to get us that badge. You know, I got the slap on the ass, and I said, throw me in, coach. So, and I meant it. So I'm here. But do I have that deep, overwhelming feeling? I'm talking like, not cry because I was sad, because I felt that energy of them hugging, that overwhelming, immense amount of unconditional love, and it made me weep, because I've never felt a love like that here on Earth, um, ever, that I can remember ever. And it was like getting a hug and all the birthday, Christmas gifts. You know, they say spirit never misses a celebration. I don't know. It's just like, even celebrating waking up, celebrating communicating with you guys about these certain things. It it makes me just so grateful. And as soon as I told him I love and I miss you guys, you know, and I know you're proud. I asked him for a sign, and a few stars blinked at me, and they were all in a line like a snowflake, like a cross, and then a cross like this, and they were all lined up with the dots, and the outside were the brighter stars. And I get to see cool stuff like that. I've told you guys I've seen some portals, big portals open. I've seen some crazy stuff. I've had full-on telepathy, no words, just speaking of the mind. Like, I've experienced some pretty, my gifts, you know, things that I already know, things that I've already had. To me, it's, you know, it was all in love and light. I don't know. That's what I'm here to do, and just let you, like, you guys all have your own origins too, whether you're starseed, whether, you know, whatever other planet or realm that you incarnate from. You know, we all have our own different attributes. It doesn't matter what you've had the most experience on. We're all from the same dugout, right? That's exactly what we are. Even if it seems like you're not making any meaningful progress, things are moving on the right path, directions. If you see this number, it is a sign that everything will work out in your favor and your dreams will come true soon. 2112. 1001. And I see, I know you're watching, because these same cards are coming out that were in your read. Spiritual awakening. A new phase in a religious or spiritual quest. You're going through a spiritual awakening, which can feel like the dark night of the soul. You're on a path to enlightenment, and this too shall pass. Well, thank God for that. I'd rather be going through hard shit waking up than, you know, when you start waking up too, it's like, I was talking to my Reiki master about this, is when you have other people that aren't as awake, they kind of spiritual bypass, like they ride your coattails. So you're out front taking all the hits, going through your dark night of soul awakening, and they're just kind of like behind you, missing all the big waves, you know. And it's easy to do that, you know, to get behind other people. But when you really start stepping out in front, it is because it's not easy. You know, you have to see some truths about yourself. You have to see some truths about your ways of thinking, your innermost thoughts, your own judgments of others, your own judgments of yourself. To the level, when you fall in love with yourself, and to the level of which you love you comes through, I mean, really be in love with the essence of who you are. You're miraculous. Every one of you are magnificent human beings. Every one of you are divine in its greatest sense. You wouldn't be on this channel watching. You wouldn't be seeking these truths. You would, you know, be stuck in your old patterns. You're already doing the work. You're already waking up. It's already destined for it to happen for you. We all have our own exit points of when we're going to check out and get the hell out of here. You know, it's about getting it done, being efficient, being productive. Don't procrastinate, not pushing things off. Yeah, there's divine timing, but at the same time, we're also wanting to get in there and get your hands dirty. You know what I mean? Shit might suck, but look at it. If there's a relationship that's not the best way, if you're in a relationship that's not working out, or that it feels so stifling or feels challenging, you don't have to engage with that energy, okay? If somebody, you know, is in a toxic space, you know, and within their own being, you can't save them. You can't take them with you. What you can do is you can reflect that energy back on them. Build your barrier. Don't react. Don't, and set, for me to be happy, this is what this looks like. This is what my happiness looks like. I would like to do it with you, but don't hold harsh judgments to where, and don't not speak up to where you're, God, you're just annoying. You're just asleep. And, don't do that, because we don't want to do that to people. And it's easy to be frustrated with others that aren't, it's not their time. Maybe they didn't choose to wake up this lifetime. Maybe they just were going to skate through life and this wasn't for them. Maybe they were just going to bypass the whole thing and go through life like this, And that's how you know that 90% of the time that person's probably not meant to be on your path, or just not at that time. But if you're going to sit around and wait, or, constantly be wondering, you got to do you, boo-boo. You got to do your things. And you know what? We need people like that, because they are the catalyst for our growth. That irritation, that shadow. It's like, God, you're such a jog. And that's okay, they are, but we recognize that. We were a drag once too. We were that same fucking, God, you're so annoying. You think you're better than everybody else. And I'm like, I don't think I'm better than everybody else. I think I'm better than I used to be. I think I'm aware and awake of what I want in my life and what true love and affection feels like for myself. And if I'm giving it to myself and you're not meeting me on that same, why do I need you in my life? I love you, but I gotta let you go. I need me more than I need anybody else, because I treat me good. If you can't love me to the level which I love myself, and I'm loving you to the level which I love myself, which is an immense amount of love, there's an imbalance in that relationship. You cannot have imbalance, right? That's coming out for a reason for somebody. Where are we going? Where are we going? Holy divine ones. The angelic healing. Man, when you start doing the inner work, it's just amazing. The things that you can see. You can see your value. You can see the boundaries that you set, or that you need to set. You recognize specific things within your own divinity where you haven't had boundaries, or where you could set better boundaries for yourself. Focus on things of value, right? Not what's not happening, not what you haven't achieved yet. Let's look at the greater whole. Where have you come from? What have you executed? What have you transcended through? What illusions did you recognize within the matrix that's like, oh man, even if you're not stuck, it's helping you grow. So thank that shit for it. I'm grateful, for so-and-so, because I never would have recognized this about myself. I never would have been able to know what a boundary is, or to build boundaries. Everything is divinely set up for exactly the way it's supposed to be when it's supposed to be there. Having sensible boundaries is of the utmost important. Time. Let time forget those scars. It's, people say in time all things heal, and they do. I mean, you're going to go to the other side, you're going to have your afterlife review, you're going to look at, those skull scars in the immense amount of trauma. When people are being, trigger warning, kids beat, molested, kidnapped, old people, people are going through a traumatic experience with just the dirty, dark, nasty people. They're not in their body when that's happening. From what I've observed, the archangels and the angels will suck you out astrally, so you can still observe your body, but you're not in that. You're not experiencing that on the soul level, because especially if you have a divine mission here, it would be amazing. That's why when people have near-death experiences, they pop out of their body and they're comforted in that way. They're not feeling that pain, I don't know why that's coming through. Maybe somebody needed to hear that. I think you guys need to hear a lot of things, and particularly the things that you're thinking and saying to yourself, because you're so on point. You guys are unlocking that deeper wisdom within and recognizing the anomalies within your life, and that divergent energy that can keep us trapped or keep us in a certain cycle. You're recognizing that for exactly what it is. Hi. Mommy's still working. Go see Daddy, please. Go see Daddy. reconciliation. Learn to reconcile with yourself. It's not about other people. When these comes to values and boundaries, you'll get everything that you're looking for when you find it in yourself first, because that is a divine alignment that absolutely align with the enlightenment. With enlightenment, there is no separation. We realize that we are all one with the divine, right? Could these messages pop out any better? You don't have to fear or misunderstand the things that you're going through, or try to. We might not recognize that we're doing it. Honey, you have to go inside, please, or mommy's going to lock her door. Please. Thank you. Do you want some of this? Come on. Okay, go in there with Daddy, please. Let go. Get your butt in there and quit. You're gonna get a pop pop boom. Go see Sissy. Boundaries. I had my daughter's little tiny hair ties in and they all broke, so about to be some wild hair up in here. Oh look, an old incense stick. That might help. Yeah, even our boundaries with our kids are important too, you know what I mean? They do, we have to make certain time for ourselves. Although they do link us to the realization that valuing this connection that we have with ourselves. I was talking about honoring the connection with ourselves. Once you can do that, everything else will fade as far as what you're seeking within somebody else or what somebody else isn't giving you that you feel you need. Once you have that wholeness within yourself, it's easier for you to align with what's true, what your heart's true desire is. It's easier for you to start moving forward and transcending from, well, I just wish he would, or I wish she would, or I'm not getting this, or they just don't understand, or stop trying to make people understand. You don't need to make people understand. Do you understand? Do you understand what you're doing within your life, or how you love and, treat yourself? Everything else can fall to the wayside because you have to live with you for the rest of your life. People are going to come and people are going to go. Our souls are forever, but on this physical plane, nothing is forever. So I guess what I'm saying is the truest, most deepest, intimate connection you will have or could have is the one that you can do with yourself. You're with you all day long. Why not work on it? Because, the matrix and the distractions of being in this earth plane, we play a role, but we're on stage, ignite that fire in your belly and let it roar. Allure, consider this situation carefully. What are you giving your energy to? What boundaries do you need to set? What kind of enlightenment are you looking for? What questions are you asking yourself? Where are you finding your strength? Is it in somebody else? Is it within your own self? What ability do you have to adapt and overcome to the situation that you've been put in? You have the ability to unlock your genetic codes. You have the ability to, you're already receiving the light codes for those of you that are astral traveling and those of you that are going to these sacred places. You're already receiving once. Just like you guys listening to me, as I talk about the conscious awareness, I'm holding a resonance energy for you guys to unlock that within as you're even listening, your own cellular and genetic system. You guys are already on it. And when you guys, just like you guys communicating with each other, you guys are sharing that. Laura says, learning to put me first at last and love myself was the beginning of my awakening of enlightenment. I 100% agree with that. I feel the exact same way. And it's an ongoing struggle because we fade back a little bit. In the beginning, it's a lot harder because it's new. It's like learning a new job. Say you're a heister driver at a plant and you don't know where all the boxes go yet or how to run the forklift, but over time you'll be skiing and parking and scraping the curb with that motherfucker. You pull the e-brake and the box just goes on the shelf where it goes. You know what I mean? You'll be on friggin' 2 wheels on the side. You'll get it. It gets easier. It's practice. April says, I had all of my boundaries crossed and I cleaned. It was hella experience. I can't wait to be whole again. Love and light sent to all. I need some too. Not as sad as I was, but it's all over my face. And April, you know, even with you just listening to this, you'll gain confidence within that. You even saying that is a recognition of what you need to do. Executing it, it starts with, you know, valuing what love yourself. You made it through that, you know, you'll learn how to take that off of your own face when you look in the mirror and say, God, you're beautiful. We've been through a lot, you know, we've been on a rough path. And, you know, I may have gotten a few dings along the way, but I'm still here. I'm still seeking. I'm still searching. That makes me a miraculous, magnificent human being, right? You guys are going to get it. And a lot of you do. And some of you are still going through the dark night of the soul and the aspects of waking up to the truth of who you really are. If you knew what you really were underneath that skin suit, and as you start to realize, it's not about being power hungry or being this supernatural person. You are. You already are. Your soul knows. That little voice in your head that talks to you, you know, that's your higher self's like, I don't know if we should be doing this, or hey, you know, and I hate to say this, but fuck you. You don't resonate with me. You're evil. You're cruel. You demean, degrade. You cut people down. You steal money from people. You know, you could be selling me this car for $2,500 and you're asking, because of inflation, $5,000. You know what I mean? And never doing anything good for anybody else or put anything good out there. What you put out there is going to come back to you. That includes how you treat yourself, right? Because the way you treat yourself, you're going to see that in other people. You guys ever been pissed off and leave your house? Fucking forgot the keys, gotta go run back in. Then you get, you know, to the stop sign down the road from your house, and then you realize your fucking coffee cups on top of the roof, and that fucker comes spraying down the front of your windshield, and then you got Granny on a bike going slow as hell in front of you. Get to the gas station, you should have got gas the night before, but you were too tired, and some, you know, super slow moving dudes over there, you know, and they're chewing on a hot dog, waiting for, he ain't even pumped his gas yet, and, you know, you need diesel nuts on your pump. And he's rude. You know, why don't you wait your own fucking turn? As he's eating his hot dog. You notice you find every asshole on the byway or in your place. Somebody doesn't hold the door for you. You know what I mean? Or they start a meeting with that. Whatever your job is. You guys know what I'm talking about. People cut you off. Somebody don't use a blinker. And it's just, you're noticing all the insignificant, smallest shit that doesn't matter. Because we got trapped in that space for a moment, right? Oh, fuck, I'm going to be a little late. Shit, probably gonna lose my job, but I'm sure Spirit's got something else lined up for me. I mean, I do have a car that's paid off. I could fucking live in that. Yeah, I just paid $2,500. You know what I mean? When you're in a resonance of energy that's frustration and, you know, the matrix energy, right? And you're picking it up from everybody else, you'll notice what frequency you're in, you attract and align with other people like that. Same with when you're feeling great, you value yourself, you have boundaries. Pretty soon you're like, oh, Scrooge, sorry, you're, no, buddy. Like, I'm probably not going to give you my number, considering how you just came up and tried to slap me on my ass to ask me for my number, you know. Probably don't want to be with somebody like you. You know, you have zero respect for yourself or that of others. You guys get the gist of what I'm saying. My higher self's like, you going to shuffle them fucking cards or what? Self-love. I attend to my needs by listening to my heart. My inner essence lets me know what is good for me. I respect my limits. I answer the requests of my body and soul. Thus, I learn to love myself. Beautiful mantra. When I say these are messages from the universe, I'm saying these are messages for your higher self. So if these are resonating with you, and we've got another green card, open to the universe. Hello? Here we are just out here with our big old heart chakra trying to, you know, the big green guy, the Hulk. Open to the universe. I am discovering my worth and my abilities. I have confidence in my value and my potential. I reclaim my inner power. I accept and love myself completely. Thus, I am open to divine light of the universe. You know, having people that pass away that we love can really create a stuck point too in closing off the heart chakra energy and not understanding how the universe works, where these our loved ones go, if they're okay, worry, doubt, fear. It doesn't always have to be, you know, addiction, abuse, weight management, overeating, poverty. All of those things don't really have to play a role specifically in closing the heart chakra. Sometimes it could just be fear of losing those that we love. And that's why, you know, those of us that have those mediumship abilities can come through and deliver messages to others just for proof that I'm all the way over here. And I forgot who it was who lost their mom and their dog. And I pulled Archangel Raphael card. I want to say, I think it was Tiffany. Hot Rod, was that you? Yeah, and they had passed Simon. No, that was Susan from Ireland. Passed right after one another, and I'm all the way over here. She's in Ireland. We've never met, but she needed that message to say, yeah, your mom's with you and your dog, you know. And how the hell would I know that, you know, unless I was tapped in? But that healed an aspect of her heart, knowing that, you know, that they're safe and that they're on the other side and that they're together. It's the smallest stuff that can create blockages and an emptiness almost within our heart. It feels empty because the saddest part of being alone is not that you don't have anybody, but the fact that nobody has you. You know what I mean? Because when you are a big super sweetie and a magnificent person, you want to share it. You want to share your beauty with other people. Taylor says it really does. After the dark night of the soul, it gives you the enlightenment. The only way is tough. Oh, is through. But after that, when you can see everything clearly, it is much better. You're welcome, Morgan. Good night, sweetheart. We love you. Thank you for popping in. All right, messages from the Divine Goddess deck. God, I'm gonna fuck this name up. Onog. What is that stuff you drink during Christmas time? Eggnog. It's not eggnog, it's Unog. Easy does it. There is no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. Some of us needed to hear that message. Huh. And I really feel like it's got the dove, which represents love and peace. It's like your mind, and look at her. It's like she's looking down. That bird's like covering, and like it reminds me of an angelic energy of being guided, you know, to take it at a certain pace. Healing doesn't happen overnight, guys. It doesn't. Some people awaken a lot faster than others, and that's just because of your genetics and your soul, you know, your conscious self, who you truly are. Remember, we come down here to experience our own self because we're consciousness, really. We're energy frequency. The only way that we can experience what we truly are ourselves is this planet. This planet. This is the only planet that we are not in our natural, authentic, you know, essence. Truly, it's all matter and energy. It is in timing, you know, and some people do heal faster than others. Some awaken, and that's just part of their destiny. Some, you know, people are like, I'm 45 years old and I'm just waking up. That's okay. You know, you were going through other stuff. Other things weren't aligned for you to wake up at that specific time. Go easy on yourself. Be grateful that you are waking up. 777 could be an important number for somebody. Or July 7th could hold a very important significance. I wish I could just find this damn page already. 28. I already said that. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. There's no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. Message from Unag. Nurturing a cause or relationship is a long-term commitment, and one that can't be rushed. This level of devotion comes from a place of deep loving and concern. I care what happens to my planet and to my loved ones so much that I am willing to stick with them through thick and thin. This isn't always easy, but to me, it is the only way to ensure that matters are resolved and healed. I listen to passionate stirrings of my heart. I reach out and take action and let my loved ones know that I deeply care about them. I take action to spur on my pet causes. Never mind what other people think. You will benefit by carrying through with your priorities. You'll feel so good about yourself if you make the time for the relationships and projects that truly count in your heart. Do what is important to you, or do it with absolute devotion. But remember that there is no competition, good Lord have mercy, for your true life's purpose. So there's no need to worry, hurry, or feel that you have to force things to happen. Various meanings of pulling this card. Don't worry about your purpose or your goals. Make no sudden moves. Slow, steady progress is the best right now. Ease into your new life instead of rushing into it. Do new work as a part-time venture to begin with, while slowly exiting your old career. About Unag. The Celtic goddess Unag is married to Fiannabar, the leader of the Irish Tuatha De Danann. Ugnaught and her clan were some of the original inhabitants of Ireland. When the Gaels invaded their land, the Tuathas didn't run or fight back. Instead, they transformed themselves into leprechauns. Their indigenous solution allowed them to stay in Ireland in peace. Call upon Ugnaught for help with your own transition, and she will give you the creative and magical ways. That went pretty deep. Instead of running, turning into what you truly are or have the power to be. For some of you, there is no rush, but also procrastinating. For those of you know that you're ready, and if you keep experiencing the same things over and over again, it's probably because it's time for you to take a leap. It probably is because you're experiencing the same situations because nothing is changing. You have to let go of certain things to be able to move forward on your path, you know? You guys know that. Alright, Archangels, what do we have for the collective here? Thank you guys for all being in here and staying with me, hitting the like button, watching, talking to each other, and just becoming one. I love you guys. It's so nice to see. This channel has really transformed so much in my experience since we have been on here together. I couldn't ask for, bottom of the deck, the High Priestess. I couldn't ask for a better group of souls to be here. And, you know, a lot of the times they say, if you're having an entanglement with somebody in the physical, it's probably because it's already happened in the spirit realm. So there is a really fat chance that we already either astro travel, maybe not knowing, or that, how is all 4 purple cards. Okay, I heard pull them all. Purple, the crown chakra. Number 3, the Empress, Archangel Gabriel. Time to act upon your plans. Creativity is rewarded. Luxurious or abundant resources. And that could be in your spiritual gifts or your perspectives. Number 0, a leap of faith, Archangel Metatron. That's my boy. Believe in yourself. Listen to your heart and do what gives you joy. Number 12, perspective. All of this is lining up so perfectly. Archangel Chamuel. There's a better way. Pause for reflection and insight. Dare to be different. Perspective. We talked about that with valuing yourself and letting go of certain aspects of the way that you look at them. Number 5, divine guidance. The search for meaning in life. Consider an alternative approach. Surround yourself with wise teachers and friends. 5. I think 5 is also the number of beauty. Finding beauty in attributes of other people and allowing that beauty 90% of the time. I mean, physical beauty is one thing, but the guidance that you can receive from others, it's a beautiful thing and experience to be in that frequency and that energy. And sometimes that really does help you change your perspective because we are all linked together. Number 2, the High Priestess. Powerful psychic insights, reflection and meditation that provides valuable information. So be at peace. What's coming around is this change of perspective when we talked about the gut instincts and listening to, our higher selves, being practical within that, and moving forward, using tools of divination, and know that you are divine yourself. It's just connecting back to yourself in whichever way you might be receiving that wisdom that you already have within yourself. Powerful psychic insights. You guys are on it. You guys are already on the path to the enlightenment. You've already taken the steps. I mean, listening to anything like this, that, there's 9 of you in the chat right now. Those 9 of you are obviously here listening for some reason, on a higher level, or some sort of happenstance. You're getting something out of it. And I do feel like a lot of you have changed your perspective and the way you look at things. Maybe reflect on certain things that are said on here when you're having a reaction or interaction with somebody. Maybe you've looked into your own spiritual gifts and your own enlightenment and how far you've come. Looking back, on things you've let go of or things that you could. The reflection process of healing your inner child, which is your higher self, to come through, is the best step you can take. All right, what Divine Masters are working with the collective at this time? Divine Masters for the highest good of the collective, please. Those that need it most, who will watch or are watching this channel. Deck's starting to feel heavy. Not 15 cards. 1 card. 1 card, Holy Spirit, Holy Angels. Maybe some of you feel like you just keep going and going and maybe aren't seeing, aren't seeing the, what you think you're going to see, or what you think and experience. It might look completely different than what you think it's going to look like. Landed on that. Love redefined romance. Cupid has entered your heart and has awakened you to love and romance, but this time on a different vibration. Having a newfound love for yourself has created the opportunity for a new chapter with the possibility of cultivating healthy relationships with others. It's what it is. I don't even know how to say this name. The Draw Cool. Yeah, sorry for botching that, Divine Master. Divine mission, enlightened action, my choices from the heart. I love when they just tie it all in. 40. Happy little feller, ain't he? Look at that smile. Enlightened action, make choices from the heart. Okay, it is pronounced Dwal Kul, also known as the Tibetan. In the Tibetan Buddhist master is a Tibetan Buddhist master who is said to have many incarnations, including as one of the original devotees of the Buddha, and as one of the 3 wise men who honored the birth of Jesus with frankincense, gold, and myrrh. He is one of the Mahatmas presented in the work of the Helena Blavatsky, who was one of the first Western channelers to share information on the Ascended Masters. Dwal Kul's purpose is to guide humanity to a more enlightened and compassionate existence. He is one of the lamas residing in the etheric retreat of Shambhala, a city of light hidden in the Himalayas. Many of these lamas are the spiritual guides of light workers on earth. His message: with this card, you are being guided to know that your current situation is an opportunity to evolve as a spiritual being, having a human experience. Think beyond your current needs and try to see the bigger picture. Be compassionate in your choices and actions and be open to seeing the other person's point of view. Let go of any selfish desires or needs that may not serve you in the long run, for this will help to take more enlightened steps forward. There is a divine mission in your current circumstances. Your spiritual guides are around you at this time and encouraging you to see how far you have come. See that for yourself and understand how you have evolved. You have all it takes to move on and to move up. Let go of any fears of loss and limitation. This is just your ego testing your ability to transcend fear. Let your heart lead the way. Ooh, right on point, huh? Right on point. All right, guys, I'm going to get off of here. For those of you that have a personal reading, you guys will get few of you will have emails in your box, and then that gets me caught up on personal readings for right now. So, for those of you that are new to the channel, if you're interested in a personal reading, it's about an hour-long personalized YouTube video with your own unique link that only you can watch. It's for you only. You can save it for as long as you want. Reflect back on there. There's channeled messages. Whatever you choose to pull on or your intention with your guides, you let me know and we can pull on that energy. Today, the guides that I worked with came through so strongly. It was like working with my very own guides, so it was very interesting. My email address, if you're interested in a personal read, is angeldynasty, all lowercase, the number 33 at gmail.com. If you feel like donating to the channel, I have Cash App and PayPal to support the channel, and that is in the description box on my profile picture on the page. I love you guys. Thank you guys for all coming up in here. My hair tie completely broke. Yes, we stop reacting, we respond. Or we don't respond. Good night, Casey. Sending you love and light. I love you, Taylor. Good night. Laura says, Unag is an ancient Irish queen of the fairies and the goddess associated with magic, creative problem-solving, fairies, nature, devotion, relationships. Her symbols include fairy plants, silver, and dew. Thanks, Laura. Hot Rod, I know your father is passing. I just want to send you so much love. I know that you're going through that right now. I was thinking about the Viking braids you were talking about, and I've actually been thinking about doing that myself. Seems how we both have that crazy lion curly hair. As he says, sending love, tons of love and appreciation. Love you, Casey, and the whole family. Everyone have a wonderful night. All right, I love you guys all. April, thank you for coming in. Wade, love you, man. Thank you for being here. Good night, Hot Rod. Laura, love you, girl. Portuguese, I love you too. I love all you guys. You guys are my favorites. All right, I will probably be back on here tomorrow night for a live, so we can look forward to that. Have a good night.